G'day everybody and welcome to another Let's Go Fishing video. Part 3 of the Cod Lake Guide series. I am now at beautiful Burrinjuck Dam. Quite a renowned cod fishery in New South Wales. Burrinjuck Dam is on the Murrumbidgee River. And I have fished here a bit over the years in the past. Caught some really nice fish, but this has been the one lake that I just couldn't crack the metre plus fish in. I've caught a whole bunch of 90s in here. Did a whole bunch of trips here years ago, but it's probably been at least 3 or 4 years since I've actually fished the lake. Fished it when it was down lower. It's now right up high, 85% I think it is now. And I've got the next few days here to try and suss it out, catch a big cod, and bring you guys along for the journey. Tell you everything that works and what doesn't work. Maybe I won't even get a metre plus fish, but that is the aim. I'm gonna try and get a metery and tell you guys all about the fishery and compare it to the other lakes that I've already fished, like Eildon and Mulwala. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've set everything up. I'm out on the water already and I'm gonna go pretty hard tonight. Fish through into the dark a little bit, have a sleep, and then fish prime time again tomorrow morning. And I've got a few days up my sleeve if I need it. So really love to crack the metre plus fish in here, but we'll see how we go. I'm gonna get into it and start having a look around. All right, so I got the live sonar in the water and I'm just gonna start making my way along a few of these shaded banks while the sun's still high. Have a bit of a look, see if I can find a fish to start off. Water quality is really good. It's quite clear, about 1.5 metre visibility. So I'm keen to get into it and have a look around. So this will give you a bit of an idea what I do when I come to a new dam and the tactics that I first deploy when I first get here. So I've just done that shaded rock wall there, did not see a fish at all. So now I'm going to head across to the other side of the lake, way over here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a more clay style flatter bank with the timber line on it. I've got the main river channel here. So I pretty much always focus my efforts either side of the main river channel. Hit the steeper rock walls during the day. If there's no fish there, I'm going to go run a timber line during the day. They're my 2 daytime tactics, and I'm pretty much just looking for fish. If I can find some fish, I know there's fish in that area, I can go fish there in prime time. I don't necessarily have to catch them. Then in the prime times, I'll just come to these same similar areas, but I'll just go to wherever the most bait is. Usually that's up in a shallow bay, and I'll just head up there to fish for prime time. But at the moment, the first tactic is just to follow this main river channel and try and find some fish. All right, so now I'm just running this timber line along the edge of this bank here. Just slowly cruising along on the electric, about 4 or 5 speed, move fairly quick, just swinging the pole side to side looking for fish. And I got my Dr Shad ready to go here. All I got to do is swing it out and fire a cast down the pole if I see one, but no fish at all yet. Not on the timbered bank either, nothing sitting in the trees, so maybe a bit of night fishing here. The fish definitely don't seem to be very active during the day. Well, not yet anyway, but we'll keep going, hopefully find one soon. All right, still searching, still no fish, but the sun has completely dipped behind the hills. It's about 5:30. Probably hear the steak sizzling in the pan there. I'm gonna smash this steak before prime time and then keep looking as this sun goes down. It's the best time to find them. Alright, well, not a great start so far. Yeah, tough session. Just looking, haven't even found a fish yet. Would have done like probably nearly 8 k's of bank and did not see a single cod. Saw a few yellows and heaps of carp, but yeah, no big cod at all. So super tough. Maybe they're just not out this afternoon. Maybe they're not doing a lot this afternoon. Bit of a quieter afternoon and night. So I'm going to pull the pin early. It's about 8 o'clock now. Get a good sleep and then get up really early in the morning, like 4 o'clock, and start looking again. It's going to run through the same areas. I really like the areas. Just didn't find any fish. So we'll give it a go tomorrow morning. Hopefully there's fish there. Otherwise we might have to make a move further down in the lake. But I'm going to make the long run back in the dark and go to sleep. I'll see you guys at 4 in the morning. Alright, well, got up at 4 in the morning. I've been running around for an hour and a half now and I still haven't seen a fish. It's freezing cold, beautiful calm morning. Everything looks good, but very disheartening to see no fish around. But yeah, it's just starting to get a little bit light now, so this next hour will be prime time. So I'm going to turn the light off and keep looking. Wow, that was a brutal morning. On that first light period, I finally did manage to find 2 fish. I don't think they were metre plus fish, but they were nice sized fish. Both of them absolutely raged on the soft plastic, came up right behind it, put their nose on it, and just followed it all the way to the boat. No bites, and then they just hung around under the boat and then slowly mooched off. And yeah, no bites, but that's kind of the prime time period over. I'm going to shoot back now, have some breakfast, regroup, might throw the swag in the boat and think I might just drive down and fish a totally different area. But yeah, I need to have a think about what I'm going to do and I need to have some breakfast. So I'm going to go do that and then I'll be back with a plan. I'm back out on the water for the afternoon sesh, a bit refreshed, needed to go have a good feed, ran back up to the caravan park. Bit of information about Burrinjuck is there's no public boat ramps at all, so you can't just launch with your swag in the boat and go camp wherever. You got to pay to get into a caravan park to launch. So I'm staying at Hume Park Caravan Park, which is up the top. So I just ran back up there, had a feed, had a shower, put the swag in the boat, so if I end up a long way from the caravan park tonight, I can just sleep in the floor of the boat and then fish again in the morning. So yeah, after those 2 tough donut sessions, just went and fueled the boat up as well. So now I can just go wherever I want. I'm gonna punch it a lot further down in the lake and I might come back up to the caravan park to stay tonight or I might not, depends on what I find. Doesn't matter this way. If I find fish down there, I can just stay down there and spend both sessions down there. But I also did have a check of the weather and tonight's meant to be nice, but tomorrow it's meant to come in super windy and then the following day are big storms. But yeah, it's about 11 o'clock. I'm just punching my way down the lake. I'm gonna shoot a fair way down and I'll let you know what I can find down there. Hopefully some cod. Alright, well, good news down here. I'm in some open water, more the main basin. Made a bigger run than I have been running into some new water, and straight away on the screen I saw 2 big cod. So I got the swim jig rigged up there, ready to go, and I've also seen a few yellows as well. So I got the light combo here, a little soft plastic on it as well. So see how we go, see if we can get on the board with the native. I'll take either, but yeah, just gonna keep going along looking. The big cod, they did have a quick look at the plastic and then they kind of snuck off. So yeah, no good, but good signs at least. Oh, come on, eat it, just looking at it. Oh, yep, got him. Yellow. Actually no luck on the plastic, so I've just gone a little redfin soft vibe. And I just see a couple out there twitching in front of him on the screen. This one really lit up. Come after it a bit. Oh yeah, nice. Nice little yellow. Well, something to do while you wait for prime time, isn't it? It's only a little fella. There he is. First native in the boat, which is good. Hopefully there's a big cod down here as well. It's only a little fella, but that little awesome redfin pattern, Bibolicious, that one. Just twitched that past him and crunched it, which is good. But get him back in the water and keep going, see if I can find a cod, because that is not the target species. But I am seeing a lot on the screen. There is a lot of yellows in Burrinjuck. Just no cod, but we're going to find the cod down here, so it's going to be all good. But get him back. There he goes. He's gone. Alright, so I've just got my active captain recording. I know people want to see what the picture looks like. So out there at 15 meters, that is a yellow belly like I just caught. They just sit suspended, don't move a whole lot. They just kind of look like a blob, like that one looks there. And I'll throw my lure in on top of him. See my lure splash there, just above him. The lure's going down there, and then I'll shake it over top of him here. Oh, he's on it, he's on it. Oh, see that? He had a look and then turned away. So that's classic yellow. They just have a bit of a look and then turn away. So that's what a yellow belly looks like. I'll get a big cod and show you guys a big cod as well, hopefully. Feeling much more confident down here in the main basin, and the wind's just dropped off for the afternoon, so how good is that? Only bad part is I forgot my gill rain pants, so I just got trackies, so it's going to be a bloody cold night because I'm going to stay down here in the boat in the swag, but I'm going to get back looking. Alright, so I just do a bit of a gear run through what I was using for the yellows there. I just got a 1000 size spin reel. That's the 16 pound X Braid pentagram down to 10 pound Ultilis fluorocarbon. Just got the little soft vibe on there, Samaki Bibolicious, and this is on a Samaki Zing Extreme V3 72S XL solid tip one. It's my trout rod. That's what did the damage on the yellow there. Alright, and while it's nice and calm here, I'll just quickly do the gear run through on my cod rods too, in anticipation that I'm actually going to catch one tonight. But I got just two Samaki Zing Gen 3 swim bait rods, both with 300 size bait casters, 50 pound X Braid full drag, down to 77 pound X Braid slim and strong leaders. That one I've just got a Fishcraft Dr Shad rigged up. That's the new perch color, looks absolutely awesome. The smaller bait is my go-to when the fish are a bit spooky. They've seen the bigger bait and they don't want the bigger bait, they're a bit spooky or a bit more pressured. I'm going to throw the smaller fish, the Dr Shad, and when I think they're really on the job, they're up shallow on big bait, I'm going to throw the bigger bait. Usually throw the bigger bait first. That's a 9-inch Spinwright swim jig. See how they react to the bigger bait and then maybe go the smaller bait. But yeah, middle of winter at the moment, targeting fish up shallow, so probably throw the big bait first, and then depending on their reaction, throw the smaller Dr Shad, the more subtle approach. But that's usually just my approach in all the dams now. Have one big bait, one smaller bait, depending on the reaction of the fish, which one you fish. So I'm going to get looking and catch this cod. Alright, look at that, hey? Got a bloody glass out. The sun's just gone down behind the hills. Full shade, prime time, so I'm on the hammer looking for a big cod. Haven't seen any yet, but this next bay looks awesome. I couldn't help myself. I put the yellow rod down and I was just looking for cod. But then I saw this one, you can see him there on the screen. I was like, nah, gotta pick it back up. I didn't bother turning the camera on because I didn't think he'd eat, but he smacked it. And it feels alright. Oh, pig, man. got ourselves a pig. It's prime time for a big cod, so probably shouldn't be playing around with yellows, but give you guys a quick look. He's a bloody nice one. All right, there he is. He's not a 60 bus, but he's a nice one. Get that camera to focus in on him. Nice one. Beautiful lighting here at the moment too, now the sun's gone down. So stoked. That one's actually on a little black plastic Spinwright jig head. Stoked. Alright, I'm gonna get this fella back and go look for a cod. Out of here. I've decided to cook a snitty and have a Gatorade just before prime time quickly here. Yeah, I'm gonna smash this down as quick as I can and keep looking for a fish. Just don't want to be eating like once it gets dark and I'm trying to look for a fish. So eat this and get into it. How is that for a pork snitty wrap? They're gonna go down deadly. Eat them while I'm scoping here. Well, that was super promising. Just found first cod of the night already. It was only a smaller fish, but it chased the plastic all the way to the boat. So good signs. There is cod in Burrinjuck, and I'm in an area where there's some fish. So I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll try and screen record on my phone for the bites because it'll be in the dark, and then I'll flick my headlamp on. We'll see how we go. So once it got dark, I found this big fish hiding behind this standing timber here. Absolute cracking big fish. Got quite excited, but I wanted to wait for him to come out of the timber before I made the perfect cast. So I did have the odd cast at him when he came out from the tree a little bit, but I just hung around and sat on him for a good 5 minutes watching him on the screen because I knew he was a really big fish and I wanted to get the cast perfect to get the bite. So this is the footage of the fish in real time. It's quite windy, so the boat's getting blown around a lot and it does come on and off the screen a bit. But this is the fish in real time, just hugging in under behind that tree. And then the next clip is sped up a fair bit, so you can see the next 5 minutes I'm just constantly following the fish around in the trees as he comes in and out, in and out. And then finally, right at the end, I get the lure in the perfect spot, but the wind blows me out of the way and the fish moves off the screen but eats the lure and I get him. As you can see, quite a few of the casts went relatively close to this fish, but none of them went perfectly right over top of the fish while it was away from the tree. I didn't want to throw into the tree too much because I knew if I got snagged and had to go over top of this fish, it would spook and leave the area. But eventually the fish did move out into open water and I got the perfect cast. Sadly, it was just off the screen. Oh, got him, he ate it. He ate it. Oh yeah, the meatery. Oh, big fish. Yes! Yeah, I think he's gonna go the meter. Beautiful fish. Such a nice fish. Alright, we got him. I can't believe that. So stoked, so stoked. Get him and lift him up. Done it with a big fish. Persistence always prevails, eh? Persistence always prevails. That is big fish. That's a really good one. So stoked with that. Oh, that's a real cracker. Alright, there is the big beautiful beast. Burrinjuck meter. He's been hard for me to get, a few years in the making, but stoked to tick it off. Stoked to tick off another lake for the Impoundment Guide series with a metery too. 3 from 3. Alright, get this majestic, beautiful creature back. Thanks for coming, buddy. He's out of here. I am just so stoked with how that all worked out. What an awesome arvo that was. Got a couple of yellows, started seeing a few cod finally, and yeah, nailed that metery straight up, not even a small one, just bang, got that awesome fish. I'm just so stoked. Been sitting back for a bit, just taking it all in. It's only about 8 o'clock, but I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm stoked with that fish. I don't need to catch anymore. I just wanted to get that 1 metery for this Impoundment Guide series and get my first metery out of Burrinjuck. So super awesome to do both of those, and now I'm just gonna have a good night's sleep and get up at like 4 in the morning and run around and fish that first light bite again in the morning. I'd really love to get one either on top water or when it's light enough to see. That would be the goals for me. Probably run around at night and catch more on plastics, but that doesn't interest me as much as trying to get one on the surface or get one when it's light. So I'm going to focus my efforts and time at that in the morning, but yeah, quietly confident after getting that fish. But yeah, so stoked. I don't even know if I'll be able to sleep. I'm so excited, but yeah, just going to roll the swag out in the boat and see how we go. Check the forecast for tomorrow, and it's going to be really windy. Predicted 45km/h winds, so I'm not even sure how we're going to go in the morning. It's already quite windy now, but yeah, we'll see how we go anyway. So I'm going to hit the sack, guys. See you in the morning. Up and into it for the morning session, and boy, it is windy. Don't know how I'm going to go with all this wind, but gonna give it a crack anyway. Gonna get into it, see if I can find one. So after seeing not much in the dark, right on first light, I find this big fish. You can see my lure splashed and sinking down there now to the fish. The fish is just off the bottom. This is the big 11-inch, and I slow roll it over top of his head a fair way to make sure I don't hit him. And he turns around and begins chasing it. I think he's just gonna chase it down and nail it. He starts to get vertical on it. But then he just loses a bit of interest and ends up following all the way to the boat just behind the lure, but shies away at the end here. You'll see him go back down to the bottom. So he had every opportunity to eat the big 11-inch swim jig there, but he just decided he didn't want to. So I put the 11-inch swim jig down and I picked up my finesse rod rigged with the Dr Shad. And you can see this is the next cast with the Dr Shad. He's back down on the bottom. The cast lands out at 18 meters. The Dr Shad's sinking down, and it's quite windy, so I'm getting blown around a bit. And just as the Dr Shad kind of gets to the fish, the wind blows me around and I lose him off the screen. But then just as I turn the pole back, I see him getting vertical on it. Bang! He's eating it, and I've got him. Got him. Feels like a big fish too. Oh, in the wind this morning. Just as it's getting light too. Oh, it's another big fish. He didn't want the big bait, so I got on the little Dr Shad. Threw the little Dr Shad in, and he nailed it. I was recording on the active captain too, so I'll get the bite on the active captain there. I just turned the pole, we see him vertical on it, and bang, he grabs it. Have a look at this thing. He's got a bit of power in him. Got a lot of power in him. Big beastie. Just starting to get light enough to see a little bit. but oh, don't go near that stick. Right, I'm gonna lift him in. That is a monster sized fish. That is a really big one. Oh, God. Whew. That is some heavy lifting. That is a big, big fish. Big Burrinjuck. Beast. Dr Shad's out. Back in the water. Let this good thing go. He's out of here. So stoked. Wow. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. It is so windy out there. It's ridiculous. I just thought, oh, I'll tuck into this little sheltered bay here. You know, it is what it is. I can't fish out where I wanted to. It's too windy, and that thing comes past on the screen, and holy moly. I threw the big 11-inch swim jig at it first, and as you've seen, he came and just followed all the way to the boat behind the 11-inch, but didn't need it. So I was like, you know what that needs? He needs a finesse bait. Threw the Dr Shad in on him, and I knew it was coming near him. It was coming right down near him, but the wind blew me away and it drifted off the screen. And then you just see me just bring the pole back, and you just see him vertical on it like that, and bang. He nailed it right as I brought the pole back to where he was. That little 6-inch Dr Shad in redfin colour. It's a great option when they don't want the big baits. Man, it's been killing it for me. But that's just an amazing fish. Absolutely amazing fish. Like, wow. It's just quality fish. But I guess I might as well keep going in here because it's still a nice time. So crazy. I'm so stoked with that. It doesn't matter if I catch another one now though, but I'll keep looking. That's buddy getting on for the morning session now. I did find another big fish, threw in, he absolutely chased it all the way back to the boat, and then just had a little nip at the tail. Didn't get him, and then he moved off. That was another big cod, but other than that, haven't seen a whole lot. Seen a bunch of yellows, but that wind is really cranking in the main basin now. I've just done the last of these sheltered bays, so I'm gonna have to push way back up towards camp, towards the caravan park, and there's a few cliffs up there where I reckon I can get in behind the cliff out of the wind, and I'll just have a look at those on the way back. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Epic morning after getting that fish. So stoked. So gonna start making my way back. Alright, so just take a quick video to show you guys the amount of carp you're dealing with in here. Look at all those dots on the bottom. All just carp, and as I turn the pole around here, turn the pole 360 around the boat, there is just thousands carp in all directions. Ridiculous how much bait there is in this place. Try and pick a cod out of all that. What do you know, back up this end of the lake and cannot find a cod. Managed to find a little bit of a spot out of the wind here though, so I'll just do the final run through of how it all went down here, what I found, and if you're going to come here yourself, what you should give a go. So I really struggled to find any cod whatsoever up in the top arms of the lake near where the rivers come in. There just seemed to be no cod whatsoever. I really had to go down into that main basin to find the fish, and there wasn't heaps of fish, that's for sure. I only saw 3 or 4 fish and caught 2 of them, so really good, you know, fish to seeing to capture rate. Like, it's not that good at the other dams. Eildon, you see hundreds of fish and you only catch a few. So I think the fish that are here are really reactive to lures and they will eat, which is good. But yeah, definitely less fish here than the other dams. I did find the fish on timbered edges. There's not heaps of sunken timber in this joint, but the few spots where there was sunken timber, I did find the fish, and then the more barer banks, I just didn't seem to find any fish. Another thing I will say is all the fish where there's no bait. Like, there was very little bait where I caught the fish. The areas where, as you guys saw on the screen, there was just heaps and heaps of carp and heaps of bait. there's just no fish. So that's very, very strange. It's complete opposite to the other dams, but there's obviously something they like about that structure in the main basin, and they just like to hang around that, whereas all the bait goes to these flat, muddier banks. So yeah, that was completely different to the other dams, but all good learning. And yeah, the fish in here, you know, soft plastics is the go, as it always is in the impoundments these days. But pressure, I would say this place is one of the less pressured dams. I haven't seen any other anglers here properly cod fishing the last couple of days. A couple of guys bait fishing for yellows, that's about it. And how reactive the fish were to the lures, I would say this place has fairly low pressure because it is a big dam. It's away from the capital cities a little bit, so it takes a bit of traveling to get to. And yeah, it definitely seems the fish are a lot less pressured in here. So it is a great spot to come and catch one. It's probably a great spot to come blind casting as well because the fish are so receptive to lures. But yeah, it's a beautiful dam to come look at and explore. Definitely one I'll be back to. Stoked with those fish I caught. So yeah, I'm just gonna make my way back, but I have seen a few big carp hanging around out of the wind here, gobbing on the surface. So I think I'm just gonna have a little quick go here, see if I can catch a carp before I head off. But that'll be about it. There is a big carp here on the surface. Sometimes easy to see, sometimes hard. Yes, got him. Oh, how was that? He came in, ate the little crankbait off the top. Come up and sucked it in. Oh, that's so sick. I actually cranked that past him. He saw it move, and then came back for it and sucked it off the top. So much fun. Oh, there's heaps more everywhere too. Heaps more. How's it bend on that rod? Little trout rod. Absolutely bending. Alright, that's why it pays to always have a little light rod rigged while you're going around looking for some cod. A little bit of fun there, sight casting, big mud marlin. Just got a little Fishcraft crankbait on there, so that'll focus in. Yeah, as you can see, little Fishcraft square bill crankbait there. Just wound it past him, let it float up next to him, and he come and absolutely nailed it. So much fun. So much fun when the cod fishing's tough, but I'm gonna get the hooks out of this one, dispatch him, and there's a few more up here, see if I can get another one. I love this. Oh, crankbait came out. Got him. Got him. Never gets old. Never gets old. Sight fishing is just so cool regardless of the species. I don't think it really matters what the species is. Watching a fish eat your lure is the best. Right, there's another one on the little crank. Got a couple and lost a couple. Really enjoyable. Just breaks the cod grind up a little bit. Good to get them out of the waterway, and just super fun to catch fish or sight fish on the little light gear combo. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to cod fishing. Actually, I might just do a quick double hold up, show you the two that I got here. Can't even fit them in the frame, but there we go. A couple of big stinkers for the morning. So much fun. Geez, they took some convincing there. I had one come and grab it, but didn't hook up, and then next one hooked up. Ooh, he just nailed it, that one. He was big. Even if he saw it, he can just cranked it. You go 10 pound in the old scale, that one sucked in that little square bill as soon as it got to him. Alright, catching those carp on the little crankbait was just so much fun. What a just awesome morning on Burrinjuck. Get that big fish and then smash a heap of carp, sight casting like that, just too good. But that wind's up now and the forecast is saying it's just going to deteriorate over the next couple of days, and after having such an epic morning, I thought, you know what, I'm going to pack up and head home. Got my Burrinjuck meatery that I wanted to and filmed an awesome video, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will just say quickly, the voting is still open on the BCF TFI, that's the Film Invitational, and I've got a submission in there this year. I'm one of the 10 teams, got a video on drifting the river, top watering for cod, and I'd really love it if you guys could go across and watch and vote. For me, it's $5 to enter, but the winner does take home 70k, so if I take this out, it'd be awesome. It'd go a long way to helping me get out here and do this stuff full time, which would be really cool, and if you did want to support me. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Anyway, leave a comment what lakes I should do next. I've been saying I'm going to go do blowering, so I probably should go do blowering next. By the time this comes out, it probably will be closed season for cod as well, so I'll only be able to do the ones that are open year round. But thanks for watching another video, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.